Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today we are about to start round one of the Pluck Farm 5th Anniversary Cup at the Pluck Farm course in Mebane, North Carolina. This is a redesign, completely redesigned. There's a couple of holes that are similar to the old design, but most of them have been are new layouts. So most people out here are playing it for the first time. And I am using my Prodigy bag today. I will be putting with the PA2, and for my throwing putters I have my Austin Roos PA5, I have a PA3 and a PX3 for my throwing putters. I have for my mids, or my approach discs, A2, A3, M5, M4, MX3 on the throwing putters, and for my drivers I'll be looking at F7, F3, FX4, Austin Roos FX4. Feedback, I do have one Discraft disc. It is a lightweight Raptor, 165 gram Raptor, just because I haven't found anything at Prodigy for that spot, that Firebird spot. So the only disc in here that is not Prodigy, but then I have the new Adonis from Yeet Street, made by Prodigy, as well as a Lance Brown D3. So round one should be fun. Could be some rain. We might get lucky and not have any rain, so we'll see, but we'll see after round one. All right, round one, 247 foot par 3, throwing my M5 off the tee. Felt good out of the hand, went a little bit right with it, caught an early tree, shot me down about in the middle here. PX3 for my layup shot. Yeah, I'm gonna put it kind of right behind the basket there. Fairly easy par putt, probably about 10-12 feet, maybe about 12 to 15 from that distance. But hole 2, 226 foot par 3, throwing my A2 on a forehand down this left gap, and I'm gonna hit a late tree and knock it down, but it was looking really good up until I hit that tree. It's gonna leave me this outside circle 1 birdie putt just underneath. Pretty easy to tap in here for par. This is about 10 feet. Hole 3 is going to be a 231 foot par 3, throwing my MX3 off the tee. Just a stock hyzer shot, basically. I'm going to go down this little right gap on the backhand. Pretty good shot, just a little bit too high on it, so this is a long birdie putt. Circle's edge. Just did miss it. Have a lot of those today, just did, but that's tap in par. Hole 4, 223 foot par 3, throwing the Raptor on a thumber line. And unfortunately just caught that one tree in the middle. Long par shot here, about 100 feet. Just off to the left. Fairly easy tap in par. Hole 5 is going to be a 518 foot par 4. This is a fusion hole where right now there's really not a gap on your second shot, so you kind of got to make something up. But F7 off the tee, I got lucky with that shot right at that tree, but this is where I'm going to take the Raptor and just try to make something happen, get it out back into the middle somewhere. Hit the gap I wanted, put it right in the middle of the rough, which is the fairway. I'm going to take the MX3 here, and I'm just throwing it down that right gap towards the basket. And it's going to leave me this shot for try to save a par, but outside circle. Par save. And just did go past it. But it's going to be an easy tap in for the bogey. Hole 6, 313 foot par 3, throwing the D3 off the pad here, trying to forehand down the left gap, and I just completely yanked it right, left into those trees. But I'm going to take that Austin Roost PA5 here. You may have seen the short I put up. This is going down that left gap, turnover, backhand with a PA5. Hit it perfectly. Beautiful. Beautiful left to right turn there, and put it right in front of the basket for a pretty easy par. Hole 7 is going to be a 598 foot par 5. This hole probably needs the most work as far as this fusion hole. Throwing the, I believe this is my F3 off the tee. Really good shot. Going to put it down in the middle. You know, kind of where you want to be. Going to take the Raptor here, and we were just talking about this. There's a cedar tree and a little tree to the right they need to remove because this should have been right down the middle of the fairway. But unfortunately I caught that cedar, and this is the little tree. No, this might not be the little tree they need to remove, but there's a cedar there. It's going to come into play round 2 as well. But we were all talking about that's kind of where you needed to be. Or the trees that they needed to remove to create the fairway that's needed for this fusion hole. But my third shot here with the A3 was saying just get in the air, let gravity pull it down to the basket, and that's exactly what happened. This was probably my best shot of the tournament. Put it right next to the basket, easy tap in par. Hole 8 is going to be a 283 foot par 3, F7 off the tee here. Really good shot. A little short, but it's going to leave me this little approach with the A3. Threw it a little bit too hard. Went past the basket a little bit, but it was enough. It was close enough for an easy par. Hole 9, 262 foot par 3. Throwing the Adonis off the tee. Turnover backhand, and it came out a little earlier than I expected, but it's going to leave me this A2 approach here to try to save par. Luckily, I'm going to hit this tree and kick it right next to the basket for a tap-in par. Hole 10 is going to be a 240 foot par 3. Throwing the M4. Good shot here. I expected a little bit more flip up, but it was fine. Long birdie attempt here. Yeah, that's going to be a tap in par. Hole 11, 508 foot par 4. Throwing the MX3. Just caught that late tree and kicked it right, which is not where you want to be, but I'm going to try to make something work here. Going to throw the Raptor on a thumber line, just trying to get back towards the fairway. Hit a couple of small branches, but it still gets down here to the right. And I'm going to take my A2 and just try to get it back somewhere near the basket. Actually got out of that, and this is to try to save par here, outside circle putt. Almost had it, but tap in bogey. Hole 12 is going to be a 262 foot par 3, throw over the water to an elevated basket. Throwing my feedback. Got to throw that in front of MPO over there. That was Evan Smith, Anthony Anselmo, Lance Brown. Got to watch that shot, which was awesome. But, I'm going to take a bogey, unfortunately. Hole 13, 257 foot par 3, throwing my MX3 here. Right down the middle gap. A little short, but it's a birdie run here, long birdie putt. just did miss it. Tap in par. Hole 14, 446 foot par 4. Throwing my M5, trying to do a turnover backhand, and it just didn't turn. I did throw it a little bit high, but I felt it should have turned a little bit more, but it didn't. But I'm going to throw the Raptor here, my second shot, and I'm going to fortunately kick this tree on the left and go right underneath the short tee pad. But I am going to have a line here with this A2 to get through the woods and get near the basket. Good shot there, and it's going to leave me a long putt for par. Probably about an 18, 20 footer. Hole 15 is going to be a 739 foot par 5. I think this hole will be eventually the signature hole of the course. It just needs a lot of work still, but throwing the turnover forehand and unfortunately hit that first tree. I'm going to throw the Raptor here on my second shot. Good shot, a little bit too turned left there, but worked out pretty well. MX3 here, my third shot. Really good shot, happy with it. Although I do get a hard kick left there at the very end into some mess. I'm going to take the Raptor and just try to get over the creek. Which was a very good shot. And this is where I kind of mess up. I'm doing a backhand here. I should have gone with the forehand with the A3. I'm trying to do a backhand. Unfortunately, I went a little wide with it and hit that tree. That was for par, and this is to try to save bogey 6. Just did miss it. Unfortunately, I'm going to take a double bogey 7. Hole 16, I missed my drive, but I hit that log right there in front of me and kicked back down to here, so that was for birdie, and it's going to be a tap in for par. Hole 17, 237 foot par 3. Throwing my M4 off the tee. Good shot. It's going to leave me left here, but bad position. My only option here is to try this A3 on a forehand. Trying to save this par, and unfortunately I hit that tree and kicked it backwards, leaving me with a really long straddle putt. This is circle's edge to save par and just missed it. Gonna take a bogey, unfortunately. But then I'm at hole 18, 626 foot par 4. I'm throwing the feedback off the tee. Good shot out of the hand. I probably should have thrown maybe my F3 instead, but it was a little too stable. Didn't get the distance I wanted. But I'm going to take my F3 here and just throw it up to the middle landing zone. This is a peninsula green. You can see the stakes all around it, but I'm going to take my PA3 and just throw it right up to the basket. And it's going to leave me a fairly short putt for this tap in. Kind of tap in par. All right, we just finished round 1, and luckily we did not have any rain. Had a couple of sprinkles, but it was pretty much dry the whole time, so sprinkles weren't an issue. Right now, as you'll see below, shot 5 over, which is in 3rd place right now. The redesign is awesome. I really like the course. The skeleton of it is nice. They need a lot of work done to the new holes that are out there, but you can tell where they've been putting in a lot of work already. But I think when it gets finished, it's going to be beautiful. That there's some really cool holes out there, and like I say, the skeleton is in, and I like the layout a lot. I'm hoping that they keep the kind of pitch and putt feel, not pitch and putt, but kind of the shorter course feel available for people, because I think that's a draw for a lot of people to come out and be able to play, you know, a nice shorter casual round, but then also have that kind of tournament ready longer course also available. I hope they keep both of them. We'll see what they do, but it's going to be a really good course up there, kind of with Chimney Hills and all the others that are being put in around here. I think it's going to be really good. But like I said, right now I'm in third place. Tomorrow is going to be DGA. They're going to have a tough time. Prodigy showed up today and threw very well. I think I was 878 rated. And I'm doing this by ratings now instead of just score. So if DGA rates better than Prodigy, even though I might score worse, it just depends on how everyone else plays and how the course conditions are. Whoever has the better rating is what I'm going with on the same course. So, DGA's got to step up, tomorrow. And I know it's all me throwing it. I'm just saying that, but it should be fun. We'll see what happens tomorrow. Should be different weather, so we'll see what happens. But see you tomorrow.
All right, hole 1. I'm throwing the Atmos Surf. On the backhand, I'm expecting it to flip up and move a little to the right. It has the numbers of like a pure. It's like a 3, 3, negative 1, 1. But that Atmos plastic, it is way more stable than you expect. So if you're picking one of these up, just be aware it's going to be a little more stable than you may think. I'm trying to throw the blast on a forehand, and it just came out early on me, hit that tree. My back is hurting pretty badly right now. I'm not sure what happened between yesterday and today, other than I think probably pulling my cart. I did take a bogey on that one, and right here on hole 2, I missed my tee shot. So this is for par here, and my back is just seizing up on me when I'm trying to putt at this point. At one point in the round, I did think about DNFing, but one of the guys on the card gave me an ibuprofen, and that did start to kick in about hole 10. So I did stay in the round, but I mean, I'm hurting pretty bad right here. Hole 3, throwing the rift off the tee. Really good shot. I was very happy with that one. A little bit better shot than the day before. Got a little bit closer. This is to try to make a birdie here, which I really needed at this point. Unfortunately, did not do it. And this is to try to save par. Hole 4, gonna throw the Quake off the tee. Really like the Quake. Great disc. Really good shot, but unfortunately I did just catch that tree on the left. Keep me behind the trees here. And great approach with that blast. But unfortunately, I've got to do a step out straddle and just wasn't able to make it. So took a bogey on 4. Hole 5, I'm going to throw the Typhoon on the forehand. Really good shot out of the hand, really enjoyed it, but this is one of the things about this hole, these fusion holes, is there's really no way to get to the basket. There's no fairway, so just kind of trying to make something up. So I'm throwing the Typhoon again, just getting it up into this kind of middle overgrown area where I can take the breaker and put it on turnover backhand, get it somewhere near the basket, and this is a long putt for par. Just under the basket, and I'm going to take a bogey, which a bogey on this hole is fine. Hole 6, I'm going to take the Hurricane on the forehand line. I'm still trying to hit this gap that I wanted to hit the day before, but fortunately, going to turn it over a little bit more than I wanted. Get a kick down to the left, but I'm going to take the blast here and throw it up this nice lineup gap here. Really good shot. I was very happy with that. Gonna put me out just to the right to try to save par here. And luckily one of the few pars I had on this front 9. Hole 7, 598 foot par 5. Gonna throw the Pipeline off the tee. Little bit of a grip lock on it. Pulled it right. crash down early. Gonna take the rift and just try to get it up into the gap where I wanted to be off the tee. Really good shot. I'm going to take the Rogue and try to throw it on a forehand here. I'm going to hit the exact same tree that we talked about yesterday that needed to be removed. And that little skinny one right behind it to the right as well. If they take those two trees out, there will be a gap to hit as a fairway shot for this Fusion. We're going to take the blast and just toss it up to the basket. And that's going to be a bogey, unfortunately, bogey 6. Hole 8, I'm going to throw the Rogue off the tee. And this turns out, I do believe this is the right shot for this hole, because I got really close to the basket here. But unfortunately, I ran out of space on my memory card and I missed my approach and my par putt. But that was a par. This is to try to save par on hole 9. This is where I realized what had happened, and I'd started deleting some old videos. Unfortunately, I took a bogey on hole 9. Hole 10, this is where the ibuprofen started to kick in, and I'm going to take the squall off the tee. Missed my shot there off the tee, but I'm going to take this steady BL and absolutely lace it right down that gap, right into the basket. Easy par. Hole 11 is going to be a 508-foot par 4. Going to take the rift off the tee here, and I believe this is the right shot. A little bit more stable disc than yesterday, and put it right where I wanted it. I'm going to take the blast here on the forehand, go up that little right gap, and threw it a little bit too low, but it's fine. I'm going to take that steady BL and try to throw it on another turnover backhand, and unfortunately did not turn it over at all. But it is going to put me probably 40 feet to try to save par. And luckily I got a long putt to fall today. Hole 12, I'm going to throw the bonsai off the tee. Really good shot out of the hand. Little bit low, but not bad. But, not quite as good as yesterday. But I am going to try to run this to save a birdie. And just did come in right of it, but easy tap in for par. Hole 13 is going to be a 257-foot par 3. I'm throwing the pipeline today. I'm moving up to a fairway driver. The mid yesterday was a little bit short, but this is going to get me a little more distance and actually give me a good opportunity for birdie. Much closer for the birdie. Probably circle's edge, and just didn't miss it. Easy par though. Hole 14, I'm going to throw a hurricane off the tee. I'm trying to throw it down that left side of the gap there and get it to come back, but unfortunately it came out a little early on me and just got hung up in this stuff. I made some really bad decisions on this hole, this round. Taking the Raptor, not the Raptor, the Avalanche, and putting it up in this gap. And this, I took the wrong disc. This is my first big mistake. That was the wrong disc there. That was the Avalanche again. I should have went less stable. And right here, I should have tossed it back out to the fairway instead of going for this, because I caught a tree and knocked me way back in here. My only shot here is a thumber with the blast. And this is to try to save a double bogey with this putt. This is number 6. Just did miss it and took a tap in 7, unfortunately. Hole 15, I missed my drive with the hurricane, but it was a perfect drive today. I hit exactly what I tried to do yesterday and missed, but I actually made it today. That was my second shot. I just threw hurricane, and now I'm throwing avalanche for 3. Just going to get it down across the creek again, but did it in 3 shots this time instead of 4 yesterday. And going to take the steady BL and just toss it right up next to the basket. It was actually a good shot. Got in this mess over here, but it's close enough where it really wasn't an issue. You're going to take a par on 15. I think if you par that hole, you've done pretty well in its current condition. Hole 16, going to throw the avalanche off the tee. Unfortunately, it's going to come out just a little early. Kick me in this stuff on the right, and luckily I'm gonna take the blast and just hit it perfectly. My battery ran out and I missed my par putt, but I did make that par. Hole 17, I'm gonna throw the steady off the tee here. Really good shot. Didn't quite move right like I wanted it to, but it leaves me right in the middle of the fairway. And I'm gonna throw the same shot again and almost put it right in the chains. Just missed the chains, but easy tap in par. And then finally hole 18, I'm gonna throw the rogue off the tee. Really good shot, similar to yesterday's shot. We got a little bit more distance on it, but not much. But I'm not quite cut off like I was yesterday. I mean, I wasn't really cut off, it was just more left. But I took the bonsai, put it right into that middle section like I did the day before, and I'm gonna take the steady and toss it right up to the basket. Same shot as yesterday. Got a little bit worse kick off of that, but it's gonna be a pretty easy tap in for par. This is probably about 15 feet.
All right, everyone, round 2 is over, and as you saw, it was not a good round. My back was hurting pretty bad today. It didn't start hurting until I got to the course, got out of the car, spoke to a couple of people. I was walking down towards the practice area, did about 2 putts and 1 throw, and all of a sudden my back just started to seize up on me, and it was hurting pretty bad. I was close to DNFing somewhere around hole 4 or 5. One of the guys gave me an ibuprofen around that point, so I said I'm gonna stick it out, and you can actually see it on the scorecard down below. You can see where the ibuprofen started to kick in, because I went from all bogeys, double bogeys, to pretty much all pars except for that one hole 14 where I just made a bad mistake. But it was a rough round, and I hate that DGA lost this way. Lost because I was hurting more than anything else. The discs threw great, but it's one of those things. It's how it goes sometimes. But DGA discs were wonderful. Really enjoyed throwing them. I'd highly recommend, if you've never thrown DGA before, give them a try. They're made by Discraft, and their molds are very good. I don't think there's one mold that they have that I don't like. But what I was putting with today was the surf, and then I was throwing an Atmos surf, an Atmos breaker, and a D-line steady. D-line steadies are incredible straight flying throwing putters. If you want a putter that's just going to go straight out of your hand, and you're in that kind of 45 to 55 mile an hour range, it's going to be a good one for you. My mids, I was throwing the Blast for my approach disc. The Blast is incredible. It's in between a Zone and a Zone OS. If you're looking for something that's a little more stable than the Zone but not as beefy as the Zone OS, grab a Blast. You will not be disappointed in it. Then I had the Squall. This is the Jake Mon Squall. I had the Rift Proline plastic, and then I had the Sullivan Tipton Quake. The Quake is a staple for DGA. Wonderful overstable mid. And finally, for my drivers, I had a pipeline, Colruyt Allen pipeline. The Bonsai, those are great complementary discs of Vortex. Nice flippy Katrina Allen Vortex. I had an Andrew Marweed Avalanche. Avalanche is beautiful. I think it's in between a Raptor and a Captain's Raptor. So if you're looking for something that's not as beefy as a Captain's Raptor, but is a little more beefy than a regular Raptor, Avalanche. The Rogue, great straight flying 10 speed, or 11 speed. I think it's an 11 speed. Very straight. The Cat Allen, is this Cat Allen? I know she has the Typhoon, but I don't see her on this one. Oh, this is the first flight. This is the prototype Typhoon. I think she does have a Signature Series Typhoon. Really good 12 speed. Kind of little bit of fade at the end. And then, of course, the Hurricane, staple for DGA. It's their destroyer. So that's what I threw for them today, and these will be up at Yeet Street in the used section sometime this week. So if you're interested in any of these, definitely get out there and grab those. If you want to give DGA a try for a little bit better price than you would buy them new. But tournament was fun. I enjoyed it. The course was wonderful. They've got some work to do on the brand new holes that are still being cut in, but the skeleton is there, and it's going to be a great course when it's finished. It's definitely still in that baby stage, so get out here and play it. Check it out. Pluck Farm in Mebane, down Highway 54. Get on 54, head straight down from Burlington to Chapel Hill direction, or if you're from Chapel Hill, head towards Burlington on 54, and you'll go right by it. Great course, and had a great time. So semifinals, Prodigy has taken the first round. Next round is going to be non-gyro MVP. That's Mint, Streamline, and there's some thought space in there. And I did add a pilot for a putting putter, so now I'm not using the ion. It is fully non-gyro now. So I will be doing non-gyro versus Clash. That's going to be a great battle between those two, assuming my back doesn't do what it did like it did this weekend. This is the first time that's happened where it's been that bad, but I think I know why, and that's it's an excuse that I'm not gonna dwell on, but I think I know why my back is like it is, and I'm gonna make sure I don't kind of do that anymore. I'm not gonna use that card anymore. I'll just say it. I think it was because I used a pull cart I'm not used to, and the course is in such a brand new condition on those new holes. It was very rough terrain, and I think having to pull that cart over logs and uneven terrain like that I'm not used to just pulled on my lower back all day yesterday, and I think that's kind of what led to my back hurting today, was the pull cart through the brand new broken ground on this course. So next time I'm just gonna carry my bag. If a course is new like this, I'm just gonna carry the bag instead of doing the pull cart. I usually do the push cart, but I think the carrying versus doing a pull cart on a brand new course, I might not do that again, and see if there's a difference. But yeah, it's a great tournament. I don't know when I'm going to bring the next one, because all these tournaments coming up are all playing completely different layouts every round, and I don't think that's fair. To do a manufacturer's challenge when you're not playing the same layout both rounds. So I'm trying to find tournaments where I can do that, but over the next 2 months, they're all completely different layouts. So I'll see what I can do, see if I can find something in between to do a challenge, or to do that challenge. So we'll see. I'll get it up as soon as I can. But as always, thanks so much for watching. Catch you again next time.